Adolf Hitler, a name that echoes through history with horror and destruction. He was the dictator of Nazi Germany, the architect of World War II, and the man behind the Holocaust, the murder of 6 million Jews. But how did one man rise from poverty and rejection to become one of the most feared figures in history? Let's explore his full story from beginning to end. Adolf Hitler was born on April 20th, 1889, in Braunau am Inn, Austria-Hungary. His father, Alois Hitler, was a strict customs officer. His mother, Clara, was gentle, kind, and deeply loved Adolf. As a child, Hitler was moody and stubborn. He loved drawing and dreamed of becoming an artist. But his father wanted him to join the civil service, which he hated. He struggled in school, often refusing to obey teachers or do homework. After his father's death in 1903, young Adolf had more freedom, but life took a painful turn when his beloved mother died of cancer in 1907. Hitler was heartbroken and alone. After his mother's death, Hitler moved to Vienna to become a painter. He applied to the Academy of Fine Arts, but he was rejected twice. The school said he had no talent for painting people, only buildings. This rejection crushed him. Hitler became homeless, living in shelters, selling postcards of his sketches. He had little money, no friends, and no clear future. During these dark years, Hitler started reading political books. He became obsessed with German nationalism and developed strong anti-Semitic ideas. He believed Jews were controlling the economy and weakening the nation. These beliefs would shape his future as a dangerous ideologue. In 1913, Hitler moved to Munich, Germany, to escape military service in Austria. When World War I began in 1914, he joined the German army. He served as a messenger and fought bravely, even receiving medals for courage. Hitler loved military life. For the first time, he felt like he belonged. But in 1918, Germany surrendered. The defeat shocked Hitler. He believed the army was betrayed by politicians and Jews, a lie he would later use to spread hatred. The Treaty of Versailles in 1919 punished Germany. Germany lost land, paid huge money, and accepted full blame for the war. This became the fuel for Hitler's rise. After the war, Hitler joined the German Workers' Party in 1919. He soon became its most powerful speaker. In 1920, the party changed its name to the National Socialist German Workers' Party, the Nazi Party. Hitler promised to rebuild Germany, restore pride, and remove Jews from power. In 1923, he led a failed uprising called the Beer Hall Putsch in Munich. He was arrested and sent to prison for 9 months. During this time, he wrote Mein Kampf, a book about his beliefs and plans for Germany. After prison, he rebuilt the Nazi Party, using speeches, propaganda, and fear. Germany was suffering from poverty, inflation, and unemployment. People were desperate, and Hitler offered hope, even if his message was full of hate. In 1933, Adolf Hitler was appointed Chancellor of Germany. Within months, he turned democracy into dictatorship.
Once in power, Hitler banned all other political parties. He arrested opponents and used violence to silence critics. The Gestapo, his secret police, tortured and killed thousands. He controlled media, schools, and culture. He taught children to love him, fear Jews, and obey the Nazi state. In 1935, Hitler passed the Nuremberg Laws, which took away rights from Jews. In 1938, his men attacked Jewish homes, businesses, and synagogues during Kristallnacht, the night of broken glass. In 1939, Hitler invaded Poland, and World War II began. Germany quickly conquered much of Europe. France, Norway, Denmark, Belgium, the Netherlands. But in 1941, Hitler made a fatal mistake. He invaded the Soviet Union. Soon after, the United States entered the war. Hitler became more isolated and irrational. Cities were bombed, and German forces began retreating. He refused to surrender, believing in total war. While fighting the war, Hitler carried out his most evil plan, the Holocaust. He blamed Jews for all of Germany's problems. He ordered the creation of concentration camps and death camps. Millions of Jews, along with Roma people, disabled individuals, and others, were sent to camps like Auschwitz, Treblinka, and Sobibor. They were starved, tortured, shot, or murdered in gas chambers. In total, 6 million Jews were killed in the Holocaust. It remains one of the greatest crimes in human history. By 1945, Hitler was losing the war. Germany was being bombed. Allies were closing in from the west. The Soviet army was moving in from the east. In April 1945, Hitler hid in a bunker under Berlin. On April 30, 1945, as Soviet troops were just blocks away, he married his longtime partner, Eva Braun, and the next day they both committed suicide. Their bodies were burned by AIDS. Germany surrendered shortly after. Adolf Hitler's life left behind a legacy of horror, death, and destruction. He caused a war that killed over 70 million people and committed one of the worst genocides in human history. But his story is not just a tale of evil, it is a warning of what can happen when hatred is allowed to grow, when fear replaces truth, and when one man gains too much power. We must never forget the past, because those who forget history are doomed to repeat it. Thank you for listening to this detailed story. If you want to improve your English listening skills, keep watching and practicing with us. Every story you hear will help you understand English better, learn new vocabulary, and become more confident. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey of learning English, one story at a time. See you in the next episode.